Sandy.
Welcome to Yoga Bent. I'm here with Miguel Latronica, who's the studio owner, yoga master, and inventor of the Mighty Body Band. So Miguel, tell us a little bit about your invention. And no, it is not something that was invented by the Marquis de Sade to torture us. Just what is it?
No, that's right, and thank you for the really nice introduction. So as you know, Sandy, I've been making yoga props for about 18 years and teaching yoga at the same time. I taught yoga first, and then there were many people that came to me that had certain ailments and physical conditions that prevented them to exploring yoga deeper. So I saw a need in the marketplace to help people with props. So over the years, 15, 16, 17 years later, I was thinking about all the props that I had developed, and I thought, wouldn't it be neat to kind of have one product that pretty much does many of the things that that I have built in the past for people, and that's how I came up with the Mighty Body Band. So it's a device that actually holds you in place statically, meaning if you have a piece of rope and it doesn't stretch, that's static, or dynamically the same way a rubber band would stretch. So you could do poses. Let's say if it was a pose like this, you can have the strap around you and you start to take a lot of the slack out of the muscles, or you can hold it dynamically and then you drop into it. And so what happens is the Mighty Body Band will allow people, whether it's teenagers in competitive sports, whether it's young adults, middle-aged people, or older people, they all have the stability and the capability to work deeper into their yoga or Pilates practice. Physical therapists use it as well for what was coined Pnf Stretching. And that's what it is. It takes out, it allows for flexibility in parts of the muscles that we habitually use. That's the flexibility. In the parts of the muscle that are not fired up, it actually fires them up, so then we build tone into the muscles where we otherwise wouldn't have it.
So that's what makes this very different from just going to an ordinary yoga class.
Yes, as a matter of fact, as you see, and as you have tried yourself, everybody, there's 26 stations in the studio here, so everybody gets their own Mighty Body Band, and we go through, there's many different programs that we have. There's beginning, there's intermediate and advanced courses. So, yep.
So can anybody do this, of any age?
Well, it's funny because I actually have a picture on our website where this woman who's 95, she and her husband, so we teach a senior class here, they're 95, it's amazing, they drive themselves to the studio here. And so I have them on shares, and they actually use the bands. They use the band sitting, and then we come up and we do some squatting, because for the elderly, it's really important to keep their balance in place. Once they start to lose their balance, they fall, and then that's where the injuries happen. So by working with the band, it's a great support for them, and then they're learning to navigate themselves through space. So even if they do fall, they're not so brittle, they're more limber, and they can go with it. So
you could be 90 and still come here and get a lot of benefit out of the Mighty Body Band.
Yes.
Well, I've tried it, and I know it's fantastic. I felt wonderful after using it. So let's show the viewing audience just what this is.
A little bit about it. Okay, great.
So we'll come over here.
So this band right here, this is the Mighty Body Band, and it's modular, Sandy. So you'll notice if I just separate them, there's one modular piece right here, and these are handles. We call these the Mighty Body Band handles, and I mentioned earlier that the system can be used statically and dynamically. So, right now if I pull on this and I back up, you can see it's like two bungee cords that are integrated into the system. So if I want to start working with balance and coordination, this allows me to just get a greater range of motion. It allows me to understand my depth perception in space. Or I can switch these handles out. These handles actually come off, and I can hook them up statically as well. So in class, we'll change them out, we'll use them statically, and we'll use them dynamically. So sometimes, because we sit a lot, we're at computers, and we do a lot of stuff like this, where we start to bring flexibility into the external shoulder rotators.
So you can get all the benefits of lifting weights, and you don't have to be pumping iron. You can use these bands.
Absolutely, and that's a really great question because, or discernment, because you use your own body weight. And that's what it is. You use your own body weight with the Mighty Body Band. So I've been a very light guy since I was born. I'm light, but there are people that come in here. People from, Tommy Harris was here from the Bears. He was using it, some of the Combine people, and they would come in. These guys are 300 pounds, and they were blown away. And the first day they used them, they were a little wobbly. The second day, they were like they've been doing it for 30 years because they get great training, and it was the agility and the coordination that they loved. So, and this here is just the band. So the band part just fits in over the head, and then the same thing, it's static. So I can hold myself like this, or I can come down, and you can see my hands are up. So it allows me to work into poses that for very many people felt it wasn't accessible. This makes it accessible, and again, the dynamic part is this. So now it's a bungee cord, and I can build up my legs and flexibility in my legs. So you're right, I'm the weight, and my muscles are working it accordingly.
So how would you get someone into an initial pose if I wanted to try this for the first time? How would I get into it? What would you recommend?
Well, what I do the first time is, because people aren't used to, because this is a patented product, and one of the things that I know as the designer and program coordinator is that it's really important for people to feel safe. That is the most important thing to my mind. So when people come in, I immediately have them feel a difference. I let them come down like this with their hips behind, and I tell them to move up and down, and so I know in their minds they know that this will support them. Then we graduate to other advanced poses. We'll do that, then like I just showed you a minute ago, I'll have them come in, and then I'll have them just come forward like this. Their body will lean, they know this holds them up. I have them bend their legs, put their hands on their knees, and then things like this on the floor. Then we come up. When we start working into twists like this, Sandy, this is really nice. People are like, oh my gosh. And you'll notice this band helps to keep my hips level. So a lot of times when you're not using the band and you don't have the support, the joints of the body are thrown out of alignment. So this keeps alignment and makes it very safe.
Yeah, you feel no pain. You don't feel like you're struggling.
No, that's
Feels
right.
great. And you can also set this up in someone's home as well.
Yes. Yeah, the whole thing comes off as well, and so you can set it in a younger studio, you can take it out in nature, you can take it while you're traveling in the airport, hook it up. It hooks up to a door, and it comes in, and that's it. There are some things we do, which I'd love to show you, and we kind of take this like this, and then what we do is we come and we put our feet in like this. See? We come and we take our feet through the handles, and then we walk ourselves forward, and then the feet, I'm being held up here, and this is just really nice. So I can work with the core, I get people into the alignment, and they come out.
That's one of my favorite poses. I've done this here, and you just feel so strong, powerful.
You do.
It really works your core.
It does, and it sets you up for success. When you're finished with this, people are like, wow, that's really nice. And then you learn that even when you're not using it, it teaches you to actually learn how to do the poses.
Yes, you overcome your fears, and you're doing things you never thought capable of doing, so you could look just like Miguel. Well, again, we are here at Yoga Bent. You can go to their website, which is yogabent.com, where there's a schedule and more information. This will also be on our website, feedyourmindwellness.com. And stay tuned when we're going to pick up the temperature and raise it up for what's hot in Highland Park coming up next. Hot yoga, feeling fantastic through yoga. Thanks, Miguel.